Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is Shannon here with Fly Right Drones. I know it's been a hot minute since I've done a video. In fact, it's been over 2 years since the last video I put out, which was a morning flight with the Mini 3 Pro. Well, it might have been the Air 2S. I can't remember. But anyway, it's good to be back. I didn't think that I was actually going to come back because I lost the enthusiasm for drones. Over the last couple of years because I knew there were some new rules and regulations that were coming down the pike, and I figured, I got immersed in other things, and I kind of got away from the hobby I love so much. And at one time, I had like 7 drones, so I sold a bunch of my drones. I am back for those that are still watching, however many those are. But the drone that got me back was this little guy, which is the DJI Neo. Um, Now, the drone itself is about $200. This is the new version. Well, I got 2 versions here. One is new, one's refurbished. This is a new version. You can't tell them apart, but it comes with the propeller guards, which you can take off. But it's 4K. It has many autonomous flight modes. The good thing about this drone is that you don't have to have a controller, which I do have one, which is right over here. I have the controller that you can hook it to and fly a great distance. But you can fly it with your phone. You can fly it just out of your hand. It has all the flight modes that regular DJI drones have. The camera is just so. It's 4K, one axis gimbal, but it's a fun little drone to fly because you don't need anything else. You take off from your hand, it'll follow you, it'll record. It flies about 15 minutes or so. I took the propeller guards off of this one because you really don't need it, and you can fly it inside, outside. I just wouldn't recommend flying it in a brisk wind. But I'm gonna fly around a little bit and do a range test on it in my area and see how far I can get. I got quite a ways with the other drone, which I have 2 other drones. I have the Mini 4 Pro and I have the Air 2S, which I still love. But so far, this drone right here got me back into the hobby. I highly recommend, if you can get one, pick it up from DJI Direct, refurbished if you can, because it's like brand new. It's $150. It's a steal. So I would highly recommend buying this little guy because it's fun for all ages. So it's good to be back. So let's go outside with this drone. It's a little bit of a wind today. We're going to see how well it does, how far I can go. Hopefully I won't have to retrieve it somewhere, but we'll find out. But anyway, let's move along to the next stage of the video. All right, so this was the first attempt of flying the Neo long range on a rather windy day. I thought maybe he would be able to handle it. I think the wind gusts were about 25, 27 miles per hour. I probably should have known better than to try to fly it in those wind gusts because the Neo is very, very light. And as you'll see here, I started getting wind warnings, strong wind warnings at only about 444 feet away. And by the time I turned around and tried to come back, I was having some difficulty even getting back. Luckily, though, if something had happened, I was over this field where I would be able to retrieve the drone if for some reason I couldn't get back. But I was headed back at a very slow pace, uh, about 9 miles an hour. Actually, when I started to descend, then I was able to pick up speed, as you'll probably see here in a minute. When I started to, I get about 40 some odd feet, and then the speed picked up to about 12, 14 miles an hour. So that was the first attempt. But the second attempt, thankfully, went better. So I'm going to show you that one now. All right. So the start of this video, I'm going to try to get to this tower. I almost made it to this tower a couple years ago with I believe it was the Air 2S. I can't remember. It might have been the Air 2. It might have been, I think it was actually the Mini 2. And I lost signal. Now, ironically enough, I did get to this tower once with my original Mavic Pro. that was utilizing the transmission system called OcuSync 1. This drone is using O4 or OcuSync 4. So I'm going to try to get to this tower. The wind's blowing it around a little bit, as you can see with this video, but it actually surprised me. I got quite a ways over there. I was having some difficulty getting blown around a bit, having some technical difficulty getting my screen recorded, but we're going to move along. In this video, I was having some problems getting the screen recording because I wanted to show you how far I was able to get in relation to the last time I tried this particular flight. So we're going to go ahead and move along. Raise it up. Mike can get to it. All right, now we're starting to get some latency. There we go. All right, let's turn around and go back. I got a good ways over there. So let's take a look at the numbers. The original Mavic Mini finally tapped out at roughly 1,372 feet. The Mini 2 lost signal at around 2,600 feet. So that's a 1,300 feet difference. All right, so for future reference, probably not a good idea to fly a long distance with the Neo. Probably not. Watch out. Ooh, it's a branch. Ooh, look out. Are you coming or what? Alright, there it is hovering. See if it'll land in my hand. There you go. Perfect.